I haven't felt my best, so I was gonna wait to record this until tomorrow, but I started feeling a little better, so I figured I'd record before I went to sleep. So, if you were hoping to tune in at 9 on the dot, I am sorry, but I'm here now. Um, we are going to be reading chapter 7, Greek statues. This is chapter 7 of my book, May. I've been reading May every day, and today's no different. Um, Hold on, I'm going to send this to one person. There we go, messenger. One second. There. Okay. Okay, so let's just get started. All right. Chapter 7, Greek statues. The man brought her his laundry before she settled in for the night. The next morning, she woke up at the crack of dawn and bathed and ate breakfast and got right to work. She put her freshly washed hair up into a bun and rolled her sleeves up. She washed her clothes first. Once she was satisfied with her things, she changed the water and got to work on the man's clothes. The clothes he bought weren't even that dirty to begin with, but she wanted to make sure she did a good job. She inspected the shirts for any stains and scrubbed until her knuckles were raw. She hung his clothes up and dumped the water before noon. She took her hair down and pulled out a book to read while the clothes and her hair dried. When she began taking the clothes down, a woman who had been staying there with her husband and baby asked if she could pay Marianna to wash some of their things as well. So, with $3 more in her pocket, she got back to work. By the time she finished with the family's clothes, her knuckles were on the edge of bleeding. She inspected the clothes vigorously and made sure she hadn't stained them. She was lucky. Not a drop of blood touched their things. She rinsed her fingers in cold water, wishing she could ask Amy what she did to protect her hands when she did laundry for the whole house. That night, she ate dinner and went straight to bed. She slept past sunlight and almost missed her bathing time. She felt nauseous and weak while bathing, but she figured the bath must have been too hot because she was sweating too. She wanted to get some fresh air, so she skipped breakfast and went for a walk. After a few blocks, she felt worse. She went into the diner and ordered a ginger ale with a lot of ice. Marianna sipped the drink and chewed on pieces of ice for a little while, but she realized her stomach was more than a little upset. She put change down on the table and stumbled outside. It had been her goal to make it to a secluded area to collect herself, but her body had other plans. As soon as the sun hit her skin, she expelled all the contents of her stomach. She seemed to vomit for 2 minutes straight. A man approached her to ask if she was all right. He held her hand and commented on how pale she looked. Marianna grabbed onto him to steady herself. She was about to ask him to help get her back to the boarding house, but she passed out in his arms. She came to on the floor inside the diner about a minute later to a woman frantically fanning her. They called a doctor to come and see her. Before he got there, she threw up once more. When the doctor came, he checked her out after asking a few questions, and then he decided she had a bad case of the stomach flu. Sorry, my voice is a little strangled. He insisted she should get some rest and find someone to take care of her. Marianna weakly explained that she was staying by herself at Mrs. Kramer's boarding house, but she maintained that she could take care of herself if they just help her get there. The man that helped her and the frantic woman that must have been his wife wouldn't hear of it. The woman said something about Mrs. Kramer being a low woman. Marianna was too delirious and drained. She didn't even put up a fight. The couple put her in their car and took her to their home. They drove right up to the back stairs. Marianna marveled at how large and pristine the house looked. The doctor had given her some medicine to ease her nausea back at the diner, and it was kicking in. The sparkling house floated in front of her. A new dark-haired man picked her up and carried her in. In her last moments of semi-consciousness, she thought she was being whisked away by a Greek statue. She was out like a light before they put her to bed. For the rest of the day, maids and the lady of the house tended to her, while she slipped in and out. She had a high fever, which played a part in her delirium. There were moments that she'd lie awake in the dark room, and she wondered where she was and who these people were. She had no idea if she was in a safe place. She hadn't explored it in the least, and then a second later, she'd be back asleep. The next morning, she opened her eyes to a young and very pregnant black woman sitting at her bedside, dabbing her forehead with a cold towel. Does that feel any better? The woman whispered as she dabbed Marianna's neck and chest. Marianna made a noise that resembled a yes. Good, the woman smiled. She seemed like an angel with the morning light shining on her through the cracks in the curtains. You'll be all right very soon. The woman's voice was calm and loving. She hummed a low tune while she continued to dab Marianna with the cloth. Marianna reached out to touch the woman's belly. In Marianna's fever-stricken mind, she felt touching the woman's belly somehow bonded them and would ensure she'd stay with her a little while. The woman laughed softly and held Marianna's hand. Maybe she understood that Marianna needed to be cared for. Or she just wanted this new strange girl to move her hand. Strange or not, the woman stayed and hummed until Marianna fell back asleep. And that's the end of Greek statues. I had to remember the name of the chapter. But that's the end of chapter 7. So, Marianna is in a new location, new scenery, new people, new things. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and stop the stream because oh my gosh, thank you. Kayla is here. Hi Kayla. Shout out to Kayla, aka laughing_Leo on Twitch, Princess Leo on TikTok. You all should follow her. She's great. Love her. Shout out to her. But that is the end of chapter 7. And I'm so happy that you all came. And I will see you later. This will be up on YouTube. So if you have any comments, questions, or not concerns. I mean, I guess concerns, but I don't. Mostly comments and questions. Then please leave them on my YouTube channel at Kelli Green Ivy, same as Twitch. All right. Bye, everyone. Share with your friends. Buy my book. Bye.
Hey yo, you ever notice how scared we are of our emotions? Being human's a condition controlling. I'm just trying to shine bright in the sky, but the devil working overtime, cause I'm just trying to clear my head, but my thoughts just keep getting louder.